Well, I'm back on the road again. I had some business that I need to do down in Montgomery, which is about 75, 80 miles south of Birmingham. And I've got to be there on Monday. So I thought I would go ahead and go down to campground in Wetumpka, Alabama, called Fort Toulouse. Fort Toulouse is the location of the easternmost fort that was built by the French when they had the Louisiana Territory. So it was originally started in 1717. There's not a lot to do around Fort Toulouse. It's kind of, there's some recreation of things there. It's at the confluence of a couple of rivers, the Coosa River and the Tallapoosa River, and they join together to form the Alabama River. And that Fort Toulouse is at that confluence of those two other rivers. So it's a good region strategically for a fort, but there, like I say, there's not a lot to do around that area. They have a campground that is first come, first serve. They don't take reservations. I am hoping it's today is the 2nd of July. I'm hoping that, and it's a Sunday, so the 4th of July is on a Tuesday. I'm hoping that nobody will rush out there and fill up the campground before, on Sunday. I called them and asked them about what spots they had available in the campground, and the lady said they had about 10 open. So hopefully once I get there will be a spot and we'll be okay. Otherwise, I'll just have to figure out what to do. So kind of playing it by ear here. This campground has 39 sites. There were about 10 available when I came. They're $20 a night, or $18 with a senior discount or military discount. The problem I'm having is that there's a heat alert, and I'm in central Alabama. It's the 2nd of July, and the temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So honestly, I really can't do much of anything. I've got my fat tire here, and I'm just, I'm sort of stuck inside with the air conditioning right now. So maybe later the temperature should go down after the sun goes down, but I might ride my bike and go down to explore a little bit of the park. So anyway, that's where I am, and cheers. Well, it's time for dinner. I've got some tomato and some onion. I forgot my cheese, taco shells, and I made some seasoned meat last night at home. So I'm going to heat that up in the microwave, and we're going to have some tacos. Okay, well, I've got my tacos. It really probably would have been better if I had had cheese, but it is what it is. So I did bring some salsa. So yeah, I'll dig into this. Wow. Heavy rain here. I'm sure you can hear the rain hitting the top of the camper. But Oreo is freaked out by the whole situation. She does not like this weather. But we're gonna hunker down for the night. I finished my tacos, and I've got a cup of coffee and a piece of key lime pie for dessert. So I'll turn on some television and we'll hang out here for the night. Didn't get a chance to go bike riding because of the weather. It started raining right about the time it started cooling off. So maybe get a chance to do that tomorrow. You okay? Are you okay? Yeah, you're okay. All right, here you go. Go on. Morning. Come here. That's right. Come on over here, baby. It's real muddy. It's a long way from the camper to get to some grass. Boy, it was raining last night. It was storming. Very, very heavy rain and thunder and lightning. A few drops still dropping off the leaves of the trees. I heard that all night on the top of the camper. But let's go inside. Let's see what we can scare up for breakfast. After breakfast, I'm taking advantage of the cooler temperatures this morning and going for a ride on my gravel bike. The grounds crew are busy cleaning up some of the debris left from the storm. This is the main road in the park. A visitor center is to the left and parking on either side. Beyond the car barrier ahead, you enter the historical location where the original site of the fort is located. The fort was built on sort of elevated area, and there's a moat that you can still see dug around the outside perimeter. There are quite a few trails that cover this area of the park. This location was ideal for both the Creek people as well as the French. Even though it's at the confluence of two rivers, it's still on high ground, at least 50 or 60 feet down from this level to get to the river. Now this is a view off to the right of the Coosa River. It's quite a ways down. This is a view down to the Tallapoosa River on the other side. So here I run into a little problem. The rain from last night created some standing water, big mud puddles on the trail, and so far I've been able to dodge them. But there's one I need to think about a little bit. Trying to decide, should I turn around or throw caution to the wind? I decide to go forward, so I choose the line I think will be the best and plow ahead. Success! But wait, here's an even deeper puddle. Well, I shouldn't have tried that. Should have known. With my shoes full of muddy water, I make my way back to the Oliver. Well, covered in mud, at least it's one good thing is having this outdoor shower on the camper, so I can at least rinse off the mud off the bike and off my feet before I get in. Well, I got all the mud washed off my legs and off my shoes, and I've got the GoPro hooked up, so let's see if I captured the big crash. We'll find out. Oreo and I are walking on a short trail in what is called the Bartram Arboretum. It's named after the famous naturalist William Bartram, who passed through this area in 1775. This monument is in memory of the French Marine Jean-Louis Fontenot. Next, I'm exploring a reconstruction of the original French fort. Now, this is not in the original location. In order to protect the historical ground the fort was originally built on. Narrow doors. Again, I'm sure for some strategic purpose, easier to defend. Okay, so there are platforms around to get the upper hand on your enemies. There's a bread oven here under a shed. This is the commandant's quarters. It's interesting how the walls are constructed. This is called bousselage, and it consists of sticks held together with clay, sand, and Spanish moss. It's typical of French Louisiana construction. Coming in the main gate here, the building to the left of the commandant's quarters is the barracks. Next, we're visiting this recreation of some Creek Indian houses. The houses with walls are typically winter houses, and the open one was a design used in the summer. I imagine these are sleeping platforms. The tree bark roof. You may recognize this field from my biking adventures earlier. Now, this cleared land was the site of a Mississippian village. As I pan to the right here, you'll notice this large mound. It's got a lot of trees growing in it now, but this mound was constructed by the Mississippians around 1100 AD as a platform for a house, and most likely the leader of the village. On the lower level was a common area surrounded by houses and fields for crops. Back at camp, I boil some small potatoes and then grill them to brown up the skins along with some onions and a T-bone. Pretty tasty. As I ready the Oliver for departure, I'll rate this campground. I'll give it 3.5 stars. The price was pretty good. It was $18 for me with a senior discount, with power and water, but no sewer. Now, the pads were pretty long, made of asphalt, but they were fairly narrow. And they were mostly dirt or mud for the rest of the site. Of course, with all the rain, it was mostly mud. It was very peaceful and quiet, and all the sites were shaded. I didn't get an opportunity to use the bathhouse. I just showered in the Oliver. And I did take advantage of the dump station on the way out. But I'm taking off 0.5 star for lacking a trash can at the dump station. So if you find yourself near Montgomery in Wetumpka, you might want to give Fort Toulouse a try. Thanks for watching.